Now, on the grand list of pairs of things that don't really go well together for a YouTube video, I'd say the Holocaust and trams are fairly high up, which is why I've made this as a separate video to the main Poland video, in which we toured Poland on a school trip to explore various aspects of Jewish history in the country. During the trip we used a coach, so we didn't actually get to ride any public transport, but I did get quite a few shots of the various tram systems within 3 of the largest cities we went to: Warsaw, Łódź and Krakow. Starting with Warsaw, which has a tram system that dates back to 1866 in its history, but in reality only really dates back to the 1950s, since, for those of you who don't know, is because on the list of cities that didn't really come out very well from World War II, Warsaw is pretty high up, behind Hiroshima and Nagasaki perhaps, meaning the tram system had to be rebuilt essentially from scratch. The lack of a metro system in Warsaw until the 1990s meant that the tram system has been, and still is, relied upon heavily by many in the city. Warsaw runs quite a range of tram types, mainly produced by Kronstal and Pesa. The Kronstal 13Ns, once the oldest trams in the network, were retired in 2012. The current oldest trams are the Kronstal 105NAs, which are fairly common across the country, as you will soon see. Warsaw also operates newer Kronstal 112Ns and 116Ns, HCP 123Ns, Pesa 120Ns, Pesa Swing 120NAs, and a tram type that I think might have the best name for a tram model I've ever heard, the Pesa Jazz Duo 128Ns, and the slightly less excitingly named Pesa 134Ns.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my god, look. Oh, he's so cute. What are you taking a picture of? Oh, is that a tram?
Then we go to Łódź. Łódź has a fairly extensive tram system dating back to 1898 with a wide range of rolling stock. These are the Pesa 122NALs, Pesa 122Ns, Bombardier Flexity Outlook City Runners, various variants of the Kronstal 805Ns based on the 105NAs, and Duag M8CNs, M8Cs, M6Ss, GT8Ns, and GT6s. Really roll off the tongue, don't they?
It's not a horror blue sky.
I don't really like
I always use like 100p. years ago.
He literally takes people to town.
Say afterwards.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
It's not like you just tell
But
But there's like different tunes as well. So like...
car? Yeah, okay, I see it.
Where is it? Behind it, there's a massive sea.
So is that screen?
manpower was always a bit of my life. Don't go on
It's not so like it.
It doesn't like
W is V.
Just was me, dick. I can make that out.
They smell like alcohol. They smell like a 5-year-old who was really badly taught in school.
No, there's a word
Alcohol, ALKOHOLE.
Oh, we still.
There he is looking.
There's alcohol.
Alcohol.
My kid will have a great time reading it. Okay,
I've seen quite a few bits.
This is the church where you said that there's a Magen David.
Finally, we go to Krakow, which before the First World War was under Austro-Hungarian rule, unlike Warsaw and Łódź, which were part of Russia. Krakow's system dates back to 1882. Unlike Warsaw, Krakow survived the war with relatively little structural damage to the city centre, and similarly to the tram system. In the 1980s, work began on a metro system, though this was later abandoned. The single fully constructed metro station was then incorporated into the tram network. Krakow operate a number of older Kronstadt 105 NAs, though these are due for replacement. Other trams include the Bombardier NGT6s, the Bombardier NGT8s, ex-Viennese E1s, ex-Nuremberg N8S NFs, Duag GT8Ss, converted ex-Viennese EU8Ns, Pesa 2014s, and 2 prototype trams, one a converted 105 NA tram, dubbed the 405 NKR, and a single prototype known as the 126N. Again, really roll off the tongue, don't they?
Little was right there.
She said, I'm upset.
No, I
Eating chocolate today. What did I say?
I'm not offended.
I said, when the three of
Dressed obviously for Shabbat, and we're going to start our amazing.
Where's the slides?
We're done.
We just did a we just came.
There was also a lovely looking tram museum opposite our hotel, though unfortunately we couldn't visit it. Guess I'll have to go back there at some point.
Okay, you have the boys, you have the boys.
No, I know the film, I don't know the songs. I do actually, yeah.
Where?
Oh, and I also caught a few shots of various PKP trains in Krakow. Yes, trains aren't trams, obviously, but I didn't really have anywhere else to put these, so deal with it. Don't. Stop it. Don't. Wait.
And then the father fell from the house.
David, calm down.